Welcome to Campus Connect on Morris Educational Television. I'm Ed Yaw, President of County College of Morris. I'm pleased to host today's program, sponsored by the Morris Area Consortium for Local Educational Television, a cooperative effort by Morris County schools, colleges, and public libraries to bring you information on key issues in education. We have an exciting program for you today. We'll be talking about dinosaurs and rock and roll, among other things. So let me introduce our guests so we can get right into the discussion. First up, we'd like to talk to Linda Moore, Executive Director of the Morris Museum. Welcome, Linda, and thank you for joining us. We're delighted to have you here as well. In addition, we have Dean Keith Smith, the Dean of our Liberal Arts Division here at the college, and we're going to be talking about some collaborative efforts between the college and the museum that we're very excited about as well. But first, Linda, before we talk about the museum, which is really a real jewel in the crown of Morris County, and it's an important part of this community for many, many years. But tell us a little bit about your background. How long have you been at the museum, and what were you doing before coming here, that kind of thing?
Great. I've been at the museum for about 2.5 years. During that time, I've held various positions, most recently as Chief Operating Officer, where I oversaw exhibitions, educational programming, advancement, and marketing in the theater, and then was appointed Executive Director about 3 months ago. So I'm delighted to be here. I find that the museum is just a very dynamic cultural center, and our mission is so broad and engaging and accessible to the communities, and it's a really exciting place to be.
Well, thank you for reaching out to us, and congratulations on your recent appointment. That's terrific.
Prior to coming to the Morris Museum, I was at the Newark Museum for close to 8 years. And the Newark Museum and the Morris Museum share some similarities. Both institutions embrace art and science, which is a little bit unusual. Frequently, museums have a focus on one discipline or another. But the Morris Museum's mission is a bit broader, because we have within our focus history and theater as well. So it creates the opportunity for some really dynamic intersections between those disciplines.
That's great. Can you give us a little bit of the history of the museum? How long has it been around? How has it evolved over the years?
Certainly. The museum was founded in 1913, originally as a cabinet of curiosities at the neighborhood house, and over time moved its location several times until it acquired the Twin Oaks Mansion, where it presently is situated on Normandy Heights Road, and that was in the mid-1960s. The mansion had been the home of the Frelinghuysen family, and over the last 40 years, the museum has expanded that facility a number of times. Major gallery space was added shortly after the museum acquired the property. Then the main gallery was added, as well as the theater. And then most recently, about 3 years ago, a new addition was expanded to accommodate the Guinness collection of mechanical musical instruments.
That's great. And so you've had so many exciting exhibits over the years, but what are some of the highlight exhibits that have come to the museum? I remember some of a Vatican exhibit, for example.
The Etruscans, people are still speaking about the Etruscans. That was extremely popular. We've had Dynamation, which was animated dinosaurs, a very popular Star Trek exhibit. Most recently, we had a very popular teapot exhibit. And our exhibitions span the arts, the sciences, and popular culture.
And I do see, I drive by there from time to time, so I see advertisements for your projects, but mechanical musical instruments and those kinds of things, I've seen those kind of exhibits as well.
We were awarded the Murtagh Guinness collection of mechanical musical instruments, and that is really the premier collection of its type in the Western Hemisphere. The collection encompasses about 750 mechanical musical instrument pieces, and they range in size from the smallest is actually a ring that plays music, to large organs that would have been displayed at fairgrounds. And when they get cranked up and are played, you can hear them at different parts of the museum. It's really quite spectacular.
And then you do have a theater. What are some of the programs that are presented at the theater?
The theater, we have 4 main stage productions. It's an equity house, and they typically will include a musical, a mystery, comedy throughout the year. We're just getting ready to open I Hate Hamlet, which will be opening at the end of April. And we have a very active jazz program. Annually, we do between 22 to 24 jazz concerts a year. In addition, we have our Brightest Star School of Performing Arts that provides training for young people in instruments, in vocals, in theater production, all aspects of the performing arts.
And I guess you also have special programming for young people.
Oh, definitely. Children and family audiences are really at the heart of what the museum is about. We offer about 10 family festivals per year on varying themes, from Lenni Lenape Indians to the Chocolate Festival to our upcoming Dinosaur Family Festival. And they are just growing in popularity, and it's really exciting to see the community respond.
That's great. We're going to talk about the dinosaur exhibit a little bit later in the program in greater detail, but I'm sure that you must have literally thousands of people who go through the museum on an annual basis.
Definitely. We serve anywhere between 170,000 to 200,000 a year. We have a very active program for school-age children. We're the site of an incredible number, hundreds of field trips that students take throughout the year. In addition, we have hands-on art programs, studio programs for children, a very popular Super Science Saturday program. So it's a very vibrant, lively activities are being conducted there.
As I said at the beginning, it's really a really tremendous cultural resource for Morris County, and one of the things that makes the county such a great place to live and work and raise a family, as we like to say. When we come back, we're going to talk to Dean Smith and Linda Moore some more about some of the collaborations, and then we're going to jump into the dinosaur pit. So we'll be back in a moment.
How am I supposed to find a job without a babysitter?
I just can't afford my prescription.
My kids and I need a safe place.
Could my child be using drugs?
They just shut off my gas. Can they
I'm
do
ready
that?
to
Get my baby.
Help!
Life is full of problems, but finding help shouldn't be one of them. Call 211. It's free, confidential, and you can call anytime, day or night.
That 211 lady was so nice.
My English is not very good, but with 211, it's not a problem.
211. Get help. Get answers.